My video cut off. I don't know why. But when I tell you, I was awoken up out of a sleeping slumber. Literally. God allowed me to hear some things. Divine love, divine spirit, my ancestors allowed me to hear some things I wasn't supposed to hear. And by the grace of God and a few guidance counselors, I was able to sit my fast behind down and listen. I've always been a speed runner. Little did I know that wasn't me doing it by myself. I literally was being controlled, y'all. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. You're talking to someone who went to church religiously, but spirituality wasn't taught at my church. And so I literally bumped into it by synchronicities, actually. Synchronicities, things that happen, unexplainable things that happen that has led me here. And to admit who I am, what I am, and what my purpose is. This may sound alarming to a lot of people, but to a lot of other people, it will make complete sense. There's a lot that I need to process, but as I process, I want to deliver the messages. The first one being that we are not alone. This is not what it seemed to be. This sphere, this planet. And a lot of you are not going to understand why I'm saying it this way unless you have been placed upon your path. And I get it, I understand it. If you don't know, keep your nasty comments or anything to yourself. But if you do know, I literally am here because I'm looking for my people. People that get me, that understand what I'm talking about, that see what I see, that know what I know. And I've been surrounded by my immediate family, and they will and shall remain nameless. I place no judgment on them because as I was controlled, I feel as such as they were too. I know I was controlled, and there are certain key people around me that know I was too. They've watched me wake up, and it was a process. It was literally a process for me to get here. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And I'm still on that path. And so I know that in the coming months, a lot of you will begin to awaken or to admit, like me, that things ain't what they were. And that's basically what awakening is. This is awakening to yourself, awakening to your higher purpose, awakening to that there is more than meets the eye that is on this planet. There is such thing as good energy and bad energy. It's not so much the people at all. And that's going to be a hard concept for a lot of you to accept because they've put so much division between us. Black, white, religion, spirituality, nature versus nurture, all that ties in. And I've accepted the fact that for 20 years, they have been trying to kill me. I didn't want to admit it at all because it's like I couldn't conceive of someone, especially people that I don't even know. This isn't about black and white. This is about energies. And God allowed me to hear something that I wasn't supposed to because I was trapped. I was trapped in an illusion, specifically for my birthright. Now, because I'm new to this, I really have no clue what all this means. I'm just now putting the pieces together. But I feel as if it is my duty to inform anybody who has a listening ear at this moment that the videos and the pictures that I am about to start uploading are very real, very genuine. I have no reason to lie at all. So listen with an open ear and a compassionate heart, because I really just want to know that I am not crazy. I have been procrastinating to put videos out just because I still kept doubting myself. And then I realized that that is part of the illusion. They want me to be fearful and to be stuck in my head. But today someone said something to me, and they mentioned a name, and it was Sandra Bland, and it just hit me like I'm no longer going to procrastinate or to think in my head. I'm just going to do what feels right. And I don't know the correlation to that yet. I do know, and this is not to offend anyone at all, because inside we are spirits, and I have no clue what your spirit is like or anything, but I do know that for several years there has been an attack on the less fortunate, right? And I'm not talking about just black people, although they have been the most popular target, right? And I do feel that there is a reason behind that, but I will not go into that now. This is just an introduction to who I am and what my story consists of. So in a nutshell, I am a young girl, grew up believing in God and Jesus Christ, going to church and believing. I was raised by a narcissist, and I love her to death because she has no clue what that terminology means. And I am grateful that she doesn't, because if she did, then that would make her, to me, a monster. Instead, she is a victim of her circumstance. She is not a victim. My mama is my mama. My family is my family. And I love them, and I will fight anybody who speak ill against them, because my path was my path. And I was in my family for a reason. They haven't woken up yet. They're still processing. So to me, they're innocent. It is that entity, it is that energy that is invading us that needs to be decimated, right? And then I met a man at 25. Little did I know that there was black magic being done on me. And even up until last year, I had no clue what that was even going on. But I was eavesdropping on a conversation, and I heard that energy. I heard that devil energy, that negative energy. I heard it. God allowed my ears to be open and my heart to be open, and to use my discernment that had been blocked for so many years. 20 years. I was supposed to be a sacrifice. And I have no clue what the hell the sacrifice was for. I'm so new to this. I have no clue what my birthright is. I have no clue who I broke free from. I have no clue at all. All I am doing is telling my story. I can't tell nobody else's story. But I feel like my story can help many others, right? So take what you will. On some level, I know if you were led to this channel that There's a reason. So even if what I'm saying sounds incredibly far-fetched and you're like, oh, this chick is like living in a fantasy world, baby, when I tell you I'm not, but you are, if you don't believe what I say, just keep watching and keep looking, but keep opening up your head and your mind and your heart. You gotta let go what you previously learned. And that's gonna be hard. And I'm not saying that as judgment. I am saying that because I have just lived through it. You're talking about someone who lived and thought their entire life until I couldn't think no more because everything got jumbled. I got confused. But God released me from bondage. I would have never known. So I give nothing but praise to him. I would have never known. I would have never known. And a lot of what I'm going to say is probably going to ruffle a whole lot of feathers. And I'm okay with that. Because you have to live your truth and I have to live mine. And that's it. So, as you move forward in this life, and if you come back to my channel, right? If you come back to my channel, even if you rushed me off and said I was crazy, if you come back, then that means something I said made sense. I'm going to be uploading a lot more, God willing. Because check this out, when I tell you, well, that's another whole story. I'm about to tell you my whole life right now. No, I am a young girl from New York that moved down to New York with her parents, met a man, felt an immediate magnetic attraction, but he didn't want nothing to do with her. And just on a humbug, I called after no contact for a year. And just because it was in my heart to call, just to check. And I sensed the lie. And once I sensed the lie, I disconnected. And then here I am now, being able to speak with a clear mind, a pure heart, and sound judgment. I am not perfect, and this walk I'm walking ain't been easy. Ain't been easy at all. When I tell you it ain't been easy, it ain't been easy. I got a lot of information, but it's whatever God allows me to share at the right time, at the right moment. So I hope you guys, my spiritual family, because really at this point, y'all are all I have. My eyes have been awakened to my surroundings. And although I hold no judgment, I do know that for me to reach my potential and for me to walk the path that God has led me to, I must change my surroundings. So I hope you walk this journey with me as I discover who I am and what God's purpose for my life is. He gave me a big mouth, so I intend to use it. Peace and love, guys. No matter what is going on, I know we are protected. It took me a minute to accept that and to understand that because I was living in fear, literally living in petrified fear. It had me petrified. It had me so debilitated that I couldn't even move. I couldn't even move. I was so stuck. And there are people around me that have bear witness to it. And I kept questioning what the hell was going on because after 25 years, all hell broke loose in my life. I didn't know I had work being done on me. I didn't even believe in it. But oh, baby, when I tell you, I believe that shit now. I lived through it. So I know if I can, you can too. You may be experiencing body pains, headaches, shoulder, back, unexplained illnesses out of anywhere. Yeah. For 20 years, I lived through that confused until God led me to spirituality. God led me here. God led me here because spirituality and religion should be taught together. Spirituality is seeking the answers inside yourself. Religion teaches us to seek outside ourselves. That's just point blank, period. But if they were taught together, then they would have taught us reverence for a higher power, but faith and trust in ourselves because we are connected to the higher power to overcome any obstacles. But they left out that part. Ask yourself why. Why? Why would they leave out that part about yourself? Trusting and believing in yourself. That is the key. That is the key. You have to trust and believe in yourself. God is with us no matter what. He protects us, but He's given us the divine will and the power to make things happen together. And so at this point, it is us against them, but it is not a black and white thing. It's not a race thing. It's not a color thing. It's not a religion thing. It's a powers that be thing. And so again, I say, peace and love, guys. That's all I wanted, and God gave it to me in my head first. So now that I am able to have a conversation without crying or falling apart or asking why, it's just my time to share what I've learned. Just that's it. That's all I want to do. And so I don't know what this channel will be. I have not given it any thought. I just feel like I survived black magic and didn't even know I was being attacked. I didn't even know. It's a lot of shit I didn't even know because I was kept in the dark. But God has shone the light on me. My ancestors said it was time for me to speak my truth, and my truth is I'm a survivor. And I am forever grateful for everyone with the listening ear who helped me along my journey. I don't know where God's leading me, but I know I got work to do. Enjoy the rest of the day.